Mm.
Okay, we got a good little crowd in here. LaNessa, you want to go ahead and get started?
Sure, I will go ahead on and get started. So, welcome everyone to our second live. We are super excited. Today, we're just going to talk to you about just some of the lessons that we've learned during this COVID pandemic. Things we learned about ourselves, maybe some things we learned about other people. So, it'll be an open discussion. So, if you have any comments or you have any topics, just feel free to type them in, and then we can all have a discussion together. Again, my name is LaNessa Jackson. I am an owner of a small consulting company called A Dream Realized, where we help people with life coaching, financial coaching, just helping you reach your dreams the best way that we can. I do some leadership coaching and training. So just that's a little bit about me, and I'll let Monica introduce herself.
Hey everyone, I'm Monica McLaurine, and I am a two-time author. I'm also a motivational speaker, and I'm also a life coach. I'm just excited to be here with you today, LaNessa. I have learned a lot through this pandemic, and
Absolutely.
I'm excited to talk about it. So I hope you guys put some things in the comments and tell us
Please.
some things that you've actually learned during this pandemic.
Yes, definitely. So if you would be so kind and share, we would greatly appreciate it, to let other people get a chance to hear about some of the things that we have going on. Hey, mommy, I see my mommy has joined. So we'll go ahead and get started. So my first thing in regards to lessons learned that I want to talk about and discuss with you is about relationships and the importance of relationships. During this time, you may find out who are some of your, you may have people you've grown closer to. May have people that you've grown further apart with. You may have gathered more bonds in regards to relationships, and just reaching out to people, connecting with people, seeing how people are doing. It was like important to me, and it also shocked me when people would contact me just randomly that I haven't heard or talked to in years. Just reach out to me as it relates to, just how you doing and checking up on me. So relationships, during this time is important, because you're going to I've been spending a lot of time alone. So being able to reach out to my friends reach out to me, reaching out to my family. One thing I'm excited about is that my family, we have this new like chat group now. And oh my gosh, my mom is in it, my brother's in it, everybody's in it, but we get a chance to just check in with each other every day, see how we're doing. Everybody put in there, hey, I'm fine, I'm well today. So it helps me to know that those family members that's in the group are well and they're doing okay. So just the importance of relationships was a big lesson for me.
Absolutely. I mean, I have to really add to that. I mean, I heard from so many people that I hadn't talked to in like forever, or maybe even ever. I get an inbox like, "Hey, I'm just checking on you." Like, well, wow.
Right.
Hey, how you?
Yeah.
I'm doing okay. How are you? And it let me know people just like to hear from me. I know how I felt about that.
Right.
It
Right.
was it was really cool to hear from that, and also my church, Watson Grove Missionary Baptist Church. Pastor
Amen.
John is my pastor, but
Yes. He's
we
still
have
my pastor.
a team there, and I had someone to call me, and she was just like, "Hey, we just calling to check on you, see how you doing, and see if you need anything, and just small chit chat."
Exactly. Yes, exactly. I got that a lot with my sorority members too, as well. The chapter, they've been reaching out. So it's been good to just build those relationships. The challenge will be, how do we, once everything is over with and we're getting back to whatever our new normal will be, how do we keep those things going? Because life will start getting in the way. So how do we keep having those relationships and just, continue bonding with people? So that's going to be the challenging part.
Absolutely. And it kind of leads into what I want to talk about is just, I found that I have a new appreciation just for the little things, that we
Yeah.
take for granted.
Yes.
Those who really know me, I am really close to my family.
Yes, you
And
are.
we get together at least once a week doing dinner and hanging out, watching movies. And when this pandemic started, and they were like, you really need to social distance. You don't need to be, someone is in a certain health group. You need to stay away from them. So, I'm like, okay, this is really serious here.
Yes, very serious.
And I was out one day. I was getting an essential item for my mom. So I came in through the garage and I threw it up to her and she was like, thank you. I was like, well, mama, pick your head over the rail so I
Yeah, I
can
can
see
you. Right. Yeah. So I can see what you
so,
look like.
so I saw her and it kind of choked me up a little bit. I'm like, is this really what we're doing? And then when I left my mom's house, I had to go by my brother's house because I was going to do something for he and his wife, and I was going to pick something up from them, and they left it in the mailbox. So I got there. I was already emotional because I'm like, is this how I'm going to have to see my mom from now on?
I know.
And I got to my brother's house, and I picked the item out of the mailbox, and they opened the door because they saw I was out there, and I saw them standing in the door, and they called my nephew over, and they're standing in the door and they're waving at me.
Distance.
Listen, that got all
Sure.
over me. I was a crying mess. I'm like, how did we get to this point? I mean, I just took it for granted. Unless I was out of town or something else happened. I saw my family. I saw them regularly, and that changed. I mean, really, like some of that kind of like hit me in my heart, like really hard. I'm like, I can't just take for granted that I can just go pop up and talk to my mom.
You can't. No.
Or her house anytime I feel like it.
Exactly. Exactly.
And sometimes we get to the point where we are like, we just take for granted that tomorrow is promised. I'm not going to do this today. I'll do it tomorrow. I'm not going to call this person today. I'm going to call it tomorrow, or I'll just call them later on today because here today, gone today.
Right.
Here today, gone tomorrow. You can't take those things for granted anymore.
I mean, you cannot. Even small stuff like giving a person a hug. When you see your friends now, we always greet each other with a hug, and now it's like, what do I do? High five, shoulder, just like
the elbow.
You in social spaces, and you got to sit 6 feet away from each other. Now, sometimes we don't like people in our personal space, but it just feels weird how people walking by and they like avoiding you and things of that, just not being able to be normal. That's I can definitely understand in regards to some of the small things.
And yes, and I have had to get myself together because since I've been at home and in between working and whatnot, I have really amped up my exercise. And so I exercise like 5 or 6 days a week.
Yes.
So I would get out and I would go walking, and I had to kind of get myself together because I would see somebody coming towards me. I'm like, ooh, why are they out here? I'm like, Monica, you don't own the outside.
No, you don't. You do not own the outside. Yeah. I'm walking down my block and somebody walking their dog. I'm walking my dog. We go on the other side of the street just to walk past each other. It's just so weird. It's like you intentionally avoiding people. And Mama, we really miss your hugs too, Miss Jean. We really miss hugs. I really miss your guys' hugs too.
Yes. So I mean, this is really giving me a greater appreciation of people who mean something to me, taking care of myself, and taking time to get to know me a little bit better.
Yep. One thing that I learned my lesson with, that I'm probably not the best person as it relates to working from home.
Oh.
So I think working from home has probably been, it's been good because I've been able to focus to get a lot of things done. But I also have been all over the place as it relates to my eating. My eating pattern is just so all off. So I had to work on it, and I started gaining weight, and I'm like, what's going on here? And I was actually working out on my machine, but the problem was I had took myself out of structure. So when I went to work every day, I made my breakfast, I made my lunch, I got myself up, got together, I did walking to my car, to the office and things of that nature. But here you just sitting before you've been set for hours, haven't really gotten up. And I'm like, whoa, okay. So one thing I know I had to do is I had to put some structure in my life. Right. Because I had to start acting like I was getting ready to leave the house to go to work. So I started back prepping my breakfast. I started back prepping my lunch because I was finding myself snacking all the time. Now, I don't know how snacks got in my house. That's a whole different subject. But I found myself doing a lot of snacking. So I just realized that, working from home for me, and then I missed the camaraderie with my coworkers. Being able to really just, now everything is virtual. Yes, you did the video, but just being able to just see people, interact with people, seeing how they're doing, checking how their weekend was, how their kids were doing. I'm just like, wow, I just feel so isolated. But I must say, since I have been working from home, I've gotten a lot of work done. Not that I don't get work done, but I'm not as distracted. So when you're not distracted, you tend to be able to get some things done. But my whole routine was I had to get myself together because I was like, I'm gaining weight. What's going on here?
Even because it was there. That's my case. It's like, what I got in there now, because I had all kind of groceries, right? And when it hit the fan, I was just coming back from Jamaica, so I was all inclusive. I was eating and drinking. Sorry.
Right.
I was doing all of that and then came back to sitting in the house and still eating. I agree with you. I had to get some structure. I see Tamiko said she had to make a schedule and stick to it.
Yes.
But another thing that I found with that structure, I have pushed myself. Like this right here, what we're doing now, I think maybe I went live like one time.
I know.
I would get in front of a group and talk all day long, but seeing myself recorded, hearing my voice recorded for my job that I do in the daytime, we're going virtual. So I've had to record videos and I've had the presentations I already have. I've attached my voice to them. I'm like, oh, I hate hearing myself talk, but I had to adjust to that. So I had to push myself to do it, and it forces me to be more creative.
Yes.
That was definitely a good thing for me. It pushed me, because if I was still doing the same old thing, I maybe wouldn't be doing things like this, which is something that I wanted to do anyways.
Yes, exactly.
I just didn't have the courage to do it. So it has been a blessing.
Good. Yes. So let's see. Oh, wearing masks keep people from seeing that you're smiling. That's all. You right, Mama Jean.
I knew that was my mama.
That is very weird. Yeah. And those are some of the small things that you, like you said, you don't see. And it's just so weird to see people walking around here with masks on. I never thought that I'll see the day. Now, you look on TV all the time and you see see people from Asia, they're always wearing masks, but I never imagined that I will be walking and we all have masks on. And, and we don't know how long we're going to be wearing these masks too. Right. And people, companies starting to open back up and, they're requiring masks to be mandatory. So when I go, like for my job, it's mandatory for us to wear masks. It's going to be interesting sitting at my desk all day with a mask on.
I find just the opposite, because I would see myself going to the store or the adult beverage store or wherever it is that I'm going, right? And I'm the only one with a mask on.
Right.
I'm like, I thought we were supposed to be wearing masks. Like, what is going on here? And I shared in our last video we did, I do suffer from anxiety. So I've gotten a lot better going through this, but I feel a sense of safety.
Right.
Behind my mask. And if, people don't have it, it's fine. You do what you do.
Yeah. So one thing about the mask is that I know they tell us to wear, but when you wear it, you're actually doing a selfless act, because you wear the mask to protect people from you.
Yes.
So I really admire those people that are okay with wearing the mask, because the mask is saying, I don't know if I have anything. So I am doing all that I can to protect the world, to protect you, my fellow American, from what if I am carrying this disease. So wearing a mask, to it's more of a selfless act that people do. And I really hope that people in the world really start embracing wearing the mask, because the mask is not to protect you from getting COVID. You probably gonna get COVID from touching stuff, touching your face, but it's really to protect other people from getting COVID from you. So the mask thing, it's never thought I'll see it, but it is. I guess it's here now.
It's what has made me see. I definitely agree with what you're saying, but I was just like, came to the conclusion, people are gonna do what they want to do. Period. That's how it's gonna happen. That's how it's gonna go down. But I'm like, it's forcing me, like, how can I live with this? What do I need to do in order to live through this? It's like, okay, I'm gonna do what I feel is right. I'm gonna carry my wipes, my hand sanitizer. I have masks in both my cars. I have a mask in my purse. But all I can do is control me.
That's it. That's all you can do.
My confidant that I talk to when I'm dealing with my anxiety, I was like, I need y'all help me understand what I need to do. Take some vitamin C, some elderberry or something. What do I need to do?
Right. Yeah.
What do I need to do to learn how to live with this? Because people are going to do what they want to do. And what can you do about it?
What can you do about it? Nope. All you can do is control. You can control yourself.
Yes. So, but another thing that has really opened up, I always saw myself as an empathetic person, but it has opened up even more now. Let's say, for instance, we're in Tennessee, you're in Arizona, and we're starting to open up a lot.
Yes.
I know myself, I'm not sure if I'm ready just to go all out just like that anymore. But there are some people who do need to go to work.
Yes, there are some people, my gosh, need to go to work.
Definitely. They haven't received their unemployment checks.
No, they haven't.
They haven't done any of that. So I have to understand that.
Right, exactly.
I understand that, and I find it hard for me to sit here. I'm still working. I'm able to work from home. I'm still getting paid, but there are a lot of people who are not.
Absolutely. It's not a lot of people. So I actually had some people I said I was going to go get my dog groom, and they were like, you're going to get your dog groom in this pandemic? And I'm like, yes, because actually I am helping a small business.
Right.
I'm helping a small business, pouring into a small business. Now, granted, I'm getting service, but I'm also helping a small business. That way they can continue to at least have some money coming in.
Yeah. So, it gives me an understanding. It's just like, I can't sit here and tell somebody they don't need to go to work, and I'm sitting at home. I'm able to work from home, and I'm still getting paid. And they haven't gotten their unemployment. Some people are still waiting on that, Or if I go to the store and I do the pickup, people who are out there that delivering me my groceries, don't judge me, but I don't, for something like that, I don't always, give a big tip. But I find myself doing that now because
exactly,
they're putting their stuff out there. People
will say
they don't know what these people got, but they still putting themselves out there. So it's softened my heart even more.
Yeah, I can understand that. And to that point, in regards to having empathy and compassion, another lesson that I learned out of all of this is to be prepared for the unknown. Now, it's very hard. You have to figure out what those blind spots are. you know, I know a lot of people are getting laid off or have gotten laid off. We know got, you know, 30 some plus million people or so or whatever without a job. We have a really high rate of unemployment, but it really hit close to home because unfortunately at my company, they did some layoffs as well. And I thought about it and I said, wow, you know, what if I was in that number? I know I would have been devastated mentally.
Yes.
Mentally devastated. Now I'm okay financially, but mentally devastated. So
Absolutely.
now it's requiring me to say, what can I do to prepare for the unknown? And then also, you had a lot of people who family members that passed away.
Yes.
That they was not prepared, and they unexpectedly passed away from this COVID. And now, you know, how can you then be prepared for, you know, the future unknown? During this time, I actually went and finished up my estate planning to ensure that if anything was to happen to me, because it's unknown, you know, I want to at least make sure that my assets are directed to where I want them to go. And my family don't have to worry about fighting for whatever my assets. But it was just like, how can I mentally prepare for the unknown? Because like I said, if they would have knocked on my door, I would have been devastated. And I can only imagine how the people who have gotten laid off, how they feel. I know that they have been devastated mentally, just mentally and financially, just devastated.
Absolutely. I mean, that is something, again, we just can't take that for granted. You just you never know. It could be unexpected. You've given the company 30 years of your life and then you're gone. So it's definitely, it's a heavy time, but one of the things that I would like to share is that it's giving me the time to do the things that I said, man, if I just had a little bit more time.
Yes.
I'll clean out this closet and get rid of these shoes, or get, you know, or it's something I wanted to do around my house, or I wish I had more time to work out, or I wish I had more time to work on a particular project that I wanted to do. A lot of people are saying that they're bored, and you know, they're bored. I get bored sometimes too, but I've learned that I have a choice.
Yes.
I have a choice. Okay. I can sit here and be bored. I can watch TV all day, eat my snacks, and do all of that. Or some things that I've been saying that I wanted to do.
Yes.
Use this time to do it.
Yeah, just get it done. You know, I just told you about a project that I just did. I was like, I never would have, like in a regular life, regular world, I wouldn't have done it. But I want to get into like refurbishing things. And I bought this cabinet like 5 years ago from Goodwill. And my plan was to, you know, refurbish it, make it all beautiful and everything. That cabinet is still black. Hold up my TV at this time. But I want a vanity set for my house. So I bought one online, but it was white. And I was like, this white does not match anything in my bedroom. Does not match anything. And I actually was like, you know what? Since I have the time, I am actually going to redo this brand new vanity set.
Yes.
So I took off all the paint and I repainted it to a color that I liked, and I put it together, and I was just like, oh my gosh, I was so proud of myself because I felt accomplished during that time too as well. I was able to get some things done. So now I'm inspired to get this cabinet that's been sitting in my house for like the past 5 years that I was going to do. Now I can find time to do those things. So you write about just finding time to do stuff around the house.
And I've just learned that you got to maximize the moment. I don't, you know, cliche, but I want to be a moment maximizer. Remember those words. It's coming. Something's coming soon. Something's coming soon with that.
Yes.
We have to maximize the moment because we never know what's coming. We never know what's next. We never know what tomorrow's going to look like. So we have right now.
Yes. Yes.
right
Yes.
now.
Yes.
Maximize the moment. Don't keep putting off what you can do today.
Right.
Putting it off to do tomorrow.
Right.
Can't do it. Africa says she needs an accountability partner. I
Hey.
got you. I
Yes.
got you. I
Yes.
got
Yes.
you.
Yes. Yes.
And I applaud you, Africa, for saying that. A lot of people won't allow themselves to be vulnerable like that, to say that I need someone to be accountable to. So I got you. I
Yes.
got you.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
especially, I got you, Africa. I got you. I got you.
So
Quickly, one last thing I wanted to say is that I learned to keep the main thing the main thing. I have an old friend, and people are like, what is the main thing the main thing? Sometimes we get caught up in watching the wind and the waves of what's going on around us.
Mm-hmm.
And it takes our focus off maybe finding what our purpose is,
Right.
what our focus should be.
Yeah.
So it's helped me to really focus and keep the main thing the main thing. And whatever that is going to be different for different people.
Yes,
but
it
not
is.
concentrating on the wind and the waves beside me, but focus on what's ahead.
Focus on what you can control. Because I know, I talked about it last time. I have control issues, and I'm usually trying to control my mama that's in Detroit. Like, sit down. Don't, I know you want to go to the DMV. Just just stay in the house.
Yes.
Just stay in the house because, I'm want to be in control, and I want to make sure that she's okay. But I had to realize I just have to focus on what I can control. I have to focus on the main thing, as what you said, and just trust that everything else will work itself out.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And that's really all we could do at this point.
That's it. Yes, that's it. That's it. So my last one that I learned, and this one is an interesting one.
Okay.
I really thought I had good hand hygiene.
Yes.
I wash my hands, after I use the bathroom. I wash my hands before I eat, put hand sanitizer here and there. But you don't really realize how you go through your day just touching things. I can think about being at work. I get to the office. I go to the coffee machine. I touch the coffee machine. Put that in there. Go put my lunch up. I'm opening up the refrigerator door, putting that there. Opening up doors, touching things, just getting all of these germs on my hands.
Going up and down steps, touching the rail.
Right, exactly. Then you're in the store and you're touching all these things, and you're touching the cereal boxes and the milk and the meat. You just don't realize. And then you might not, after you leave the grocery store, immediately go or put on some hand sanitizer. But during this epidemic, it has really made me be mindful.
Yes.
In regards to what I'm doing with my hands.
Yes, I have a friend. When I say her name is Andrea, I'm putting her out here. I used to make fun of her. She would have it like 2 different bottles of hand sanitizer in the kitchen, in her bathroom, in her bedroom, in the car. If she wanted to drop her son off at daycare, she come in, she grab her hand sanitizer. I'm like, you are the hand sanitizer bandit. Goodness gracious. And now look.
Right, exactly. I said I actually have poor hand hygiene, and I thought I was doing good.
Yes.
But with this epidemic, I've learned I'm very mindful in regards to what I'm doing with my hands, what I'm touching, how I'm might try not to cross-contaminate, bringing germs here, bringing germs there. So that was one of my biggest lessons. Very eye-opening.
Yes, and like I told you, before you moved, I sure appreciate you. Because like I say, right before it hit the fan, I was in Jamaica. And before you moved, you gave me all kind of Lysol wipes, Clorox wipes, bleach, cleaning supplies. So when I came back, everything was gone. Yeah. But I'm so thankful to you because you gave me out. I was like, I'm good. Because LaNessa,
I took care, girl. I bought it, but I had to take it with me. So I'm kind of glad that it is now, was able to be useful.
I
So,
sure appreciate you.
you're welcome, honey. You
I
are
sure
welcome.
appreciate you.
You are welcome. So,
Yes. Do you have anybody on there? Hey, I see some people in
no, so
here.
I was gonna go through and hey Miss Butler, Miss Carolyn, good to see you. She said we can save money because we don't need foundation, makeup, or dress up our eyes. She's so right about that. So
Yeah.
I probably save so much money not putting makeup on my face, not putting foundation, because foundation is expensive. So definitely saving money with that. Mama Jean said, who would have thought we would end up being a real life monk? Wow, that's deep. That's deep.
It is. It is deep.
Who would have thought that we would be living this monk life, all isolation by ourselves, all, but it gives us more time to be doing some meditation. Then she also said there are a lot of people still waiting on their stimulus checks. So our question to you, do you have any lessons learned that you want to share with us in this time of COVID that you learned about yourself, that possibly you even learned about other people? So, do you have any lessons learned? Hey, Larcenia.
Yeah,
Hey,
so
Deidre. Hey, Miss Goodwin.
hey, Miss Bernice.
Hey, Sean. Kilcrease. Yes. My old church members. Yes.
So I'm looking and I don't see anything, but this has definitely been a blessing. And thank you for everyone who has tuned in with us and comments. And we really, really appreciate you guys.
Yes, we do.
But yes, I put my face on today, and luckily, I know some of y'all looking at me like her hair looks fresh. It does, but my sister-in-law does my hair. It's in the family.
Good. All in the family. All in the family. Gotcha.
Yes,
all in the family.
Job too. And this just happened yesterday because I've been enjoying wearing my ponytails.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I had a neighbor. He was like, "You got some of your hair." I said, "Don't worry about it. I'll take it off in a minute and shake it out. It's all good." Don't, I just really just enjoying. I had to worry about any makeup.
Yes.
I don't have to worry about any of that.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about it. You could go. Mama Jean says she learned the importance of staying in touch with friends and family. Absolutely.
Yes.
Relationships.
And I will say this now with I am Team Samsung, Team Android. We have our FaceTime app. It's called Duo, right?
Yes.
And we share us, like, if your iPhone people, your Mac people, y'all have FaceTime, but y'all don't share.
No, we don't.
Y'all don't share, but we do. And it has been great just seeing people's faces. My mom, her and her siblings, and they're all over in South Carolina, Indianapolis. And they have their like a duo group where they're using Zoom and they're talking to each other.
Yeah.
And then, I haven't gotten together in years. And I see John said this makes my grandparents' canning habits make sense more now.
Yes, absolutely. Because it's rough out here. Now it's no meat. I went to Costco yesterday. They had nothing but like bratwurst sausages and ribs, but they had and fish. They had no chicken, no beef. It was empty.
Chicken has been scarce.
Yes, it has been. It has been.
Yard bird.
Yes. Lasenia, you look great too. We miss you. I know I miss you. I really need my haircut. I'm trying to work on my natural thing. I really, really, really miss you. I miss our time talking in the salon.
Yes, I know there's a lot of people who forget the salon, who miss the salon and barbershop time because
exactly.
I mean, think about it. The barbershop and the beauty shop is really like almost like a counseling session. You get in and you're talking and
Absolutely.
all of that.
Absolutely. So if I don't see any more comments. Then don't see any more comments, but we just want to say, if there's any other topics you want to hear us talk through, definitely just let us know. And we will definitely try to, put them in our schedule. Our plan is to possibly come back again next month with another topic. So also don't forget to like our pages. I am A Dream Realized And Monica?
I am on Facebook, author Monica McLaurine, and on Instagram, Twitter, and LinkedIn. I'm under Monica McLaurine. I had to think about what am I on? Yes, yes, I'm on those platforms, and I would love to have you follow me. And also, we have the opportunity. Maybe next month we can invite a special guest in.
Yes, yes.
And so if there's something that you would like to see us talk and ramble on about, please put them in the comments. We will be looking at this
Yes,
as well. I also have a YouTube channel that I'm trying to put material and things on. Like
yes.
It's under M2 Next Level Training and Consulting. So love to subscribe there.
Yes, awesome. So with that, we always have to leave. If you haven't gotten a copy of my book, it's called God Is Not on a Point System. It's on Amazon. But if you want signed copies, you can order one at LaNessaJackson.com.
Yes. And here are my 2 books. Did I get it? Yes, they are both on Amazon.com. They're in ebook as well as a physical copy. If you want a signed copy, come to MonicaMcLaurine.com and I will ship those right out to you because I know some of y'all need something to read.
That's right. You do.
Something to read. So why not get these if you don't already have them? So please follow us on social media.
Please do. Thank you.
Looking forward to hear what you might want us to talk about.
Yes. Thank you so much for your time. Hope you guys have a wonderful evening and continue to be blessed.
Thanks, guys. Love you all. Mwah.
Love you.